I was at work, and a lot of times I struggle with talking to people because I I don't enjoy talking after a certain point. I don't want to talk no more. And I don't know how to end conversations. So sometimes I just look at the flow and then I walk away. And and this particular, and then if it's a busy day too, I don't remember how I engage with everybody. It kind of blends in together. And this was at a particular time where it was pretty busy. I'm doing my job, and this lady come up, and I looked at her. She didn't say anything. I couldn't remember if I said hey to her or if I said, hey, when you're ready to order, let me know. And I thought I did, so I kept looking at her, waiting for her to call me over to tell me she was ready to order, or to just engage with me, to say anything, to be like, yeah, I'm ready to order, or I want you to take my order, or whatever, right? And finally, I went up to her and I was like, are you ready to order? And she had an attitude, and I'm already overwhelmed and overstimulated and trying to remember everything I need to do. Not that that's an excuse, but it does add to what I did. But I was like, oh, I said you're ready to order. I guess you didn't hear it over a machine. And she's like, well, I didn't see your mouth move. And my brain went, what? What? Excuse me? I was mad. I was like, the disrespect. And then I read something like before this happened. It was like, when you're angry because you're disrespected, a lot of times that's your pride. And I was like, I was mad. I was like, I've been staring at you for 25 minutes and you didn't even say nothing. And do you have the audacity to be angry? That's what I was thinking. But then it gets worse. I was like, oh, I pretty sure I said something. And that's what I was thinking. But I was just like, are you ready to order? And then I took her order. Actually, no. When she said that, I just walked away and I said, I don't care, out loud, verbally. And normally I don't react like that. And I was like, ooh, I need to check myself because I'm getting mad and I'm about to say this stuff to this lady. Because I think my natural response, because I grew up in a town where it's like, if you didn't like something, you just roast them. You roast them, you decimate their character, their appearance, and then you move on. And that's not right. But if I don't check myself, that is my natural response. Or it's violence, because that's also my natural response. So I have to keep a tap on, keep a tamp. I like tamp, like coffee tamp. Anyway, like a tamp on my attitude and be aware of where I am, because it will cause me to sin. And when I said I don't care, I was like, ooh, I said that out loud. I need to go. So I went to the back and cooled off. And actually, I went to the bathroom because I felt bad. And then I prayed. And then I was like, God, forgive me, because that was disrespectful. I shouldn't say nothing to her. And I even prayed something about what I wanted to say to Christ, because I was like, God, I need to release my anger. And if I don't, I'm going to have a problem. Because when I sit and I mull over something that irritates me or causes me to be annoyed, then it gets worse. And then I like, excuse me, it's just not good. So, excuse me again, I just prayed and I asked God to help me to not be mean to people just because I'm overwhelmed, because I don't like when people do that to me. So I prayed about it and asked him to help me with the context of the situation. And then when I got outside too, like out of the bathroom, I went back and I was like, hey, just so you know, like, I wasn't trying to ignore you. Well, I didn't say I don't want to ignore you, but I was saying, like, I'm sorry because I thought I said something to you. If I didn't, I'm sorry, because sometimes a lot of my social interactions at work, like, kind of run together. I can't tell what I told who because I'm there a lot. Unless it's like an in-depth conversation, then I just don't remember. So I apologize. She said it's okay, but she's still rude. And then I prayed for her because I was like, maybe she just had a bad day. And I shouldn't just be rude to her just because she's rude. Because when I tell you, for the past 2 months, people have just been mad at me. And I remember there was one day where 3 groups of people with separate orders were all blaming me and mad at me for something I didn't do. And I was just like, what is in the air? Why are y'all so mad? But today, not today, but that day, I was just like, but I was just like, how dare you? Satan almost had me. Well, he did have me because I said I don't care. But anyway, Satan almost made me go further, is what I'm saying. But yeah, that's how it's so easy to just get to a place that you don't want to go to. So I'm just advocating for watching what you say, watching your mental context, watching when you're overwhelmed, when you're hungry, and watching just your environment, because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when you're either fasting or you're praying or you're or you're hungry or you're sleepy, that's when these spirits like to come up more and they try to harass you, because why are you here? You weren't here before. Why? So because I'm a person of patterns, I will chart down what the patterns are so I can hopefully not have the pattern, because I want to be free. So yeah, God bless you, Becky.